Oh, there you are. Good morning, everybody. It's me, Mitch. Welcome to Morning Coffee with Mitch, where you never know what I'm going to talk about. Mostly the carnivore diet and addiction, but also I'll stray a little bit sometimes. And just consider this a morning vlog and some observations. Drink it if you got it. And it seems no matter what I do, it always invokes some controversy or other, some opinions or other. And that's okay. We're all entitled to our opinion. But the one thing we can't do and shouldn't do is force our opinions on other people and go into that judgmental mode of personally attacking people because their opinions are different than your opinions, especially on something like coffee and carnivore. So many carnivores drink coffee, it's okay. I found out a lot of carnivores smoke cigars. That's okay too if you want to do that. You're big grown-up people. These are decisions you make for yourself. Everybody is so worried about the health risks of everything. And yet, in our lives, we do reckless things that endanger our lives and our health. More people slip and fall in a bathtub every year than die from coffee drinking. How about reckless driving? How about people that participate in dangerous sports? Back in the 40s, back in the 1940s, my father had a brother named Martin. They came as a family over from Russia in 1911. They were in good shape. Back in those days, they ate right. My father was an avid golfer, and so was his brother. And one day, while out playing golf with his brother, before I was born, my Uncle Martin was killed on the golf course by an out-of-control car. So we can plan anything we want. And then we get run over by a bus. So quit taking it so seriously. As far as I'm concerned, if you're a carnivore and you don't eat the plants and the sugars, you're doing the best thing you can do for your health. So if you want to drink coffee, if you want to puff on a cigar, I mean, so many of you are probably still cigarette smokers, which I don't think is all that healthy for you. But like I've said, if you had to give up one of two things, either smoking cigarettes or sugars, grains, and seed oils and plants, I would say that the cigarettes were a healthier option, because when half of our nation was smoking cigarettes, our health condition was nowhere near as bad as it is today. Nowhere near as bad as what's been caused by the addition of all these poisonous foods to our diet. And that was brought home to me yesterday, and I made a quick little video about it just to bring it to your attention. I never expected a lot of views on it, and I wasn't disappointed. But yesterday afternoon, I watched for the first time in my life a politician during a national address, which was viewed by probably more people than in total have viewed all of the keto and carnivore videos and messaging out there on YouTube and other platforms over the total length of time we've been talking about this stuff in one day. More people heard a realistic talk about the current state of our health and chronic conditions, and more importantly, what caused them. And that made me optimistic, because that's the kind of attention it's going to take to even start to solve this problem. And when I heard Robert F. Kennedy Jr. talking about the 3 things that we needed to do to start fixing this problem, and one of those things was to start cleaning house in government and the different government agencies, cleaning the conflicts of interest, cleaning out the corruption, cleaning out the influence of the huge food and pharma corporations. I said to myself, this is the first time that I've ever heard this message on such a large scale. He then went on to say that he has discussed all of these things with Donald Trump. Now, we all know that Donald Trump may not be the healthiest eater. But the fact that I think he's a smart man, and he got to consider RFK's passion for this, I think that while I'm not convinced this change can happen overnight, I'm not convinced that the corrupt people in the government are going to give up so easily, that the big food and pharma companies are going to not launch a political counterattack and consider anybody trying to spread this message or fix this as an incredible political enemy. I expect that we're going to see the propaganda ramp up. All the new studies showing that indeed all of these poisonous foods are really what's healthy. And more phony studies showing that the real foods that we eat are what's killing us and creating the problem. I saw the first one of those today, presented to me on my cell phone by Google in their news section. And it said that the keto diet, according to a new study, and they always say that, and that's all they say, a new study shows that the keto diet causes diabetes, heart conditions, and digestive problems, based on a study just released in the United Kingdom on 57 people. Now, we could dig into that study and we could see how long did the study run? What did they really eat? What did they consider a keto diet? But I know what the answers are, and the answers are it's all BS. But we're going to see more and more of this stuff, and the average uninitiated and uninformed consumer of foods and food advertising and drug advertising is going to take this as gospel, because it was reported by reputable news organizations like ABC, CBS, NBC, MSNBC, CNN, and the like. But there is hope. Maybe this message won't be so foreign. Maybe when you talk to your friends or even your doctors about the fact that this is your lifestyle and this is what's helping you, and that maybe this high cholesterol isn't hurting you but helping you because you're metabolically healthy. Maybe if you can direct them towards this speech that Robert Kennedy made yesterday viewed by the entire world, where he spent no less than 20 minutes outlining with great detail and credibility the extent that the current dietary recommendations and the corruption between the government agencies and big food and pharma and the medical community are the single biggest problem in any field in our country, that these things are bankrupting our country, that these things are killing our people, that these things are destroying the lives of our children. And as we keep saying over and over and over again, in this space, probably steering us towards a sooner rather than later actual extinction of the human race. We've sounded like kooks saying this. And that's how they're going to try to portray Robert Kennedy. So if you know who Casey and Kaylee Means are, they've aligned themselves and are probably responsible for so many of the facts that RFK put out there yesterday. I think for us in our community, if nothing else, this gives us credibility and ammunition and a place to point all of our critics and see if maybe they won't even consider the fact that maybe we're actually on to something, and that the keto and especially the carnivore diet aren't fad diets, but actually the appropriate human diet. How we fix it, it took 100 years for this problem to get to where it is, and it's going to take a lot of time and a lot of fighting against a lot of big, powerful forces and money. But I can truly say that this morning, Saturday, August 24th, 2024, my pessimism has reduced by an order of magnitude. And that's great news for us. So thanks for listening, and we are going to talk about this a lot more on my live stream this afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern. Join me. They're a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun. And I think very entertaining. I know they entertain me when I watch the replay. So with that, have a great day, everybody. I'll see you at 3 o'clock. I've got some cooking adventures lined up for this morning, which I'm going to film. And they'll either be out sometime today, but most likely tomorrow morning. And I hope you look forward to that. You know what to do. Take the rest of the day off and eat meat.